Canada's National Beekeeping Association has released its annual report on overwinter honeybee deaths. While some provinces had drastically low survival rates, British Columbia came out on top.
Sean Cherwick's bee colonies may be buzzing in the summer, but keeping bees alive over the winter is a challenge. Cherwick lost one of his 3 hives to cold weather this year.
Probably what happened was the cappings, the wax cappings got too hard, or the honey got too hard for the bees to actually eat. So they starved.
A survey of beekeepers from the Canadian Association of Professional Apiculturists says British Columbia is the only province where the over-the-winter death rate was considered acceptable, 15%. By comparison, a stinging 58% of bees died in Ontario and 26% died in New Brunswick this year. Not every bee is expected to make it through the winter.
There's just an amazing array of different pathogens and funguses and fungi that can affect your bees, that can weaken them going into the winter, and then overwintering they don't survive.
Cherwick now has about a dozen beehives, one of which is tracked electronically to determine the best way to fight the winter chill. He hopes it will improve his overwinter mortality rate. Environment Canada meteorologist Doug Lundquist says this past winter in northern BC wasn't much colder than average, it just lasted longer.
What was unusual perhaps was it stayed cold late, but it was warmer earlier, so it was a bit of both.
Despite bees dying across the country, Lundquist says they've seen harsher winters.
Is it just kind of stuck in for a longer time, and it was sending colder air from the Arctic over central and eastern Canada, and even as far as the prairies for a period that was longer than usual. But I remember being in Ontario at the beginning of my career, and I remember winters equally cold.
Even with the threats of cold, pathogens, and pesticides, Cherwick expects his farm to be a hive of activity for many years to come. Ryan Kessler, CKPG News.